Thank you. Thank you for being on time. Hi, JP.
How are you, Sister Mercy?
I'm good. How's family?
Oh, fine. I just had to get a better place.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. So waiting for E.T.C. Oh, Namdi is here. Wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. So
are we on? Unmute yourself. You are muted. You are muted. You are good.
Yeah, I'm on now.
Yeah. Now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can see your face and I can hear you. Yeah, cheerful face.
Thank you so much. Happy Sunday.
Same to you. Our host, Mercy, it's like her network got interrupted.
Thank you very much. It's really here, so the network is a bit crazy. So let us get into the business of the day. I welcome you to this great platform. I appreciate you. Thank you for honoring this invitation. I do not take it for granted. You're welcome to Lawyers Info Hub platform. So to just run through what the platform is all about, is a platform that tries to, teach law, talk about the life of a lawyer. Is a platform that shares 1 or 2 tips for excellent law practice. Is a platform born out of passion for learning, passion for teaching. So this is my little way of contributing to the legal practice or the law profession in Nigeria and beyond. So basically, I've sent us the topics we're going to discuss on. So the first question, I want to start with E.T.C. E.T.C, I appreciate you. This is Barrister E.T.C. We have Barrister J.P. Ogubara, we have Barrister Nnamdi Okafor, and my humble self, Mercy. So E.T.C, what role do you think lawyers can play in the advancement of the judiciary? So let's have your thoughts on this.
The roles are quite enormous.
Okay.
You understand? If I should break it down in a normal parlance, okay. I think what I would say is, first, I think we need to start being serious about this profession. You understand? Okay. And if I can, let me say something that often happens. If we can cut short the rate at which we apply for adjournment based on irrelevant issues, these things that delay the report and all that. I've had courses where I met some lawyers who actually their way of getting adjournment that they keep telling you that their father died. Every day their father, their mother, they die over and over and over again. And that is one. Secondly, there's this thing I usually say, the pre-action counseling certificate, let it go beyond a mere attachment. Let us take that duty that you actually do it. You look at your client's story, you listen to his story, he briefs you, you understand. You actually advise him on the strength of his case, whether it's going to succeed or not. No. And all that. Look at the benefits you're getting or what you tend to lose if you ask him and he goes away. But that action counseling, I keep telling people, let it go beyond a mere document. Take it as something you must do. Look at his case, listen to his story. Just look at these things. If the ones we can settle, we settle them without approaching court. The court will also advise you. That's why I don't know, but I like judges that they're not really opposed to litigants settlement. Yes, when you bring up the issue of settlement out of court, they always oblige you. Even some of them go for that to tell you, take 1 month, try something out. If you do it and you succeed, fine. My job is reduced by 1, something like that. So I think these are the things.
Yeah, I appreciate you on this. So from what you said, you say that lawyers have a role to ensure that their matters are diligently pursued, not giving up excuses. So let me get to Nnamdi. Nnamdi, do you think lawyers are contributing to the delay we are having or we are experiencing in the quick dispensation of justice? Do you think lawyers are contributing to the delay? You see, we have matters in court 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 25 years, they are still in court. So do you think lawyers are contributing to this?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Proceed. We can all hear you.
Yeah, I sincerely do. Everybody who is into pure litigation will agree with me that, yes, majority of these unnecessary adjournments and delays in prosecution are actually caused by lawyers.
Okay.
One is when a lawyer has a bad case, maybe sometimes instead of advising a client otherwise, go for settlement, give up this case, you just tell the lawyer, okay, let's go to court and buy time.
Wow.
Most times clients will even pay you to buy time. Please, barrister, do as much as you can. Let's just delay this matter. And lawyers will buy into that. But another fact, why agreeing to this, I want us to look at it from the point of view of, do we really blame these lawyers? When you look at law as a business, more like law practice as a calling.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a businessman, my rent is running, I've not paid my secretary, and the client manages to come to my office and he has a bad case, do I advise this client to leave? Probably by mere collection of a consultation fee of maybe 5,000 or 10,000.
Yes.
When I know that by assuring the client and getting him on to court will put some thousands of naira into my account, which probably will lead to payment of my rent and my staff, support staff. So we need to look at it. Our problem is the legal profession. If you look at conduct at the RPC, you see that RPC was not drafted looking at law as a source of survival.
Livelihood, yeah.
Livelihood, yes. RPC was done looking at lawyers as people who are doing, who are living up their calling. You are doing this to contribute to the society. Yeah. But what we have in practice now is we have a group of people who are doing law practice as a means of livelihood. A lot depends on whatever you can get out of the practice. Yeah. So that is our
whether
problem.
By crook or hook,
you must do it. So you deliberately, on a single day, you can intentionally, instead of losing a matter or losing out, you know that on Monday I am not chanced. I'm already before the high court of so jurisdiction. Yeah. But there is another matter. If I don't put it this Monday, I am likely not to get another month this month. No, instead of missing that transport money, let me put two of them on the same date. At least I can write a letter.
Yeah.
So, these are issues we need to look at.
These are issues. So, I get it to that point. So, just to move on, by JP, we welcome you. Avelia welcomed you. Now, I feel with the NSAS issue that has come and gone, the judiciary, we as part of the judiciary, we have had our own fair share of the effect of the NSAS because our courts have been destroyed, some of our courts. Now, in the light of the destruction and the colossal damage to the judiciary, you know, what role can lawyers play to salvage the situation? Like now our courts are burnt, courts will not sit. What role do you think lawyers can do, either by way of writing to the chief judge, or what are the ideas you think we can put across now to help salvage the issue?
That's I don't know how to confront this question, but I must tell you that by this question you hit me below the belt. Okay. Because I have a current. Yes, I have an issue before Honorable Justice Pedro of the Judiciary. Her courts was among the courts that were desecrated and burnt to rubble.
Yeah. I also have a matter there. Yes.
So I spoke with the registrar 2 days ago, and then I'm now going into the role of lawyers now.
Yes.
I spoke with the registrar 2 days ago, and the registrar told me that not even a single document can be recovered from the judge doesn't even have a court at the moment. So, and what about the exhibits and documents already tendered already before the court?
It's called to the original.
That, look, make preparations to make available copies of these processes that you have filed. Now, second rule, the rule to the, this number 1 rule, making available these copies and these documents available to the court. Second rule that is very, very crucial. Let us also understand, like my learned friend Namdi have just said earlier. He said the role of the lawyer, the issue of ROPC, it was not drafted, it was drafted, you know, seeing lawyers as people who are in a vocational, you know, profession.
Not like business.
Yeah, you see, lawyers should come up to understand that law is law. Whether you lose or you win, you will get paid if you structure your practice very well. And then it's high time the regulators of the bar should come up and structure it in a way that it will be a business. That as a lawyer, whether you're losing or you are winning, you are getting paid. And when you are getting paid, the fear of losing out will not be there. And the promotion of justice will be the winner at the end of the day. Yeah. Now, I've been called upon to bring court processes that are filed. Now, there is something that is required of me. At this point in time, I'm not required to smuggle in documents.
That's the issue. At this point in
time, I'm not required to bring in things that were never before the court.
Now, sorry to cut you short. At this point, don't you think both counsels should come together and sort out documents rather than you bring yours, I bring mine?
No. If lawyers are allowed a situation to sort out documents, you have a situation where everybody will want to take the day. The best they can do is let every document you're going to bring before the court go through the process of certification and commissioning by a commissioner for oath.
In that case, at whose cost?
But it's now time for the court to consider that. Commissioning of a document or notarizing document is not really something that must be revenue based. It's just to make sure that something that is coming in line with truth. So, I mean, the rules of the court allows the chief judge of each state to
make a direction
on that. I think that's a better way to start. And that's my take on that. To be honest and to bring before the court things that are not capable of jeopardizing the justice of the day.
This is great. Now, E.T.C, in the wake of this COVID-19, you have seen that COVID-19 has come to stay because we're still having new cases. As much as the vaccine is out, but to take time before the vaccine will get across the countries, the testing, acceptance is another issue. So now there's a rise in virtual hearing. I've had to engage one or two. Some courts are trying, some are still trying to start up. What advice can you provide to the judiciary for them to take advantage of this technology-based or technology-driven model of practice or of hearing of cases? So what advice can you provide to the judiciary so that they can harness the benefits of the virtual hearing?
There's no other other than adopting virtual hearing, because I think that is the best. You understand? We've had situations where you travel from one jurisdiction to another to conduct a matter, and when you just get to court, and the next thing the registrar or whoever comes out and tells you, "I'm so sorry, my lord will not sit." He has asked that all of you take dates. You understand? So there is no advice that can give other than for us to look at the advantages of virtual hearing. Let's take up the opportunity. You understand? Okay, we mentioned courts being burnt and all that. If lawyers, we can push for, a fully computerized justice system, I think it would be the best. Now, these documents that we are burnt in courts and all that, what if some of them were originals?
Some of them
are.
Some of them are. Yeah.
At the point of tendering, the council couldn't retrieve the original to substitute photocopy. What would be the lot of the clients, of the litigants? So I think it's beyond virtual here. We should also look at the computerized, process of filing documents, exchanging documents, electronically signing documents, and all that. You can have your matter, and then from the confines of your home, you testify, give your evidence. Even I keep saying that even if we can't adopt it in full, let's adopt it in parts. In some of these less contentious cases, yes, you can do your thing from anywhere, and you don't need to travel long distance to risk your life and all.
Yeah, I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate. So, Nnamdi, let me now ask you on this. Do you think
that?
Yeah.
So I think
okay.
Hearing is the best. We should just look at it. So it's very, very important.
Okay, thank you very much. So Nnamdi, do you think in the wake of this rise in virtual hearing, the fees of lawyers will need to be reviewed? Like lawyers will start charging higher fees because of the use of internet, Then also just talk about the level of training. It involves a whole lot of training of the judges, training of the court clerk, even lawyers themselves have to be trained on virtual hearing. Yeah, so do you think the virtual hearing will bring about increase in the professional charges? And then talk about the level of preparation on the side of the judiciary in terms of training and on lawyers. So let me hear your take on this.
Okay, actually, when you talk about charges, when we begin to do a virtual hearing, I think actually what we are currently facing is the fact that as lawyers in this country, let me not say all of us, but some of us don't charge well. Now, but the truth of the matter is that virtual hearing ought to be cheaper or should be cheaper than the normal physical hearing. Because if I have a client who stays in Lagos and I practice in Imo State, so it's cheaper for me to put him up through Skype or through Zoom as we are doing now. It's cheaper for us. With if you do, like in Nigeria, we have a 30-day subscription of about 1,000. But I am sure you do not have any means of transportation that can bring somebody from Lagos to Imo at that cost. I don't know if you understand, but with 1,000 subscription at both ends, you can be able to do your thing. So what I'm looking at is on charges, what we're charging now is enough when we look at virtual hearing, because just imagine sitting at the comfort of my house, or as we are all at the comfort of our destinations now, we are conducting a matter. A matter you have charged transport fare. So when you look at what we charge as transport fares currently, and you look at what we are going to be spending, because if I'm going to court and I have to buy fuel of 2,000 naira to move my car from where I am to the court, the inconvenience and everything, and I could have actually done that by a call, by a video call. You see that it's cheaper for me. So I don't think increase in charges should be an issue or a challenge to virtual hearing. But what I actually think should be a challenge to virtual hearing is issue of training.
Okay.
You raised an issue here. Do you think that our judiciary is ready? When people talk about virtual hearing, that saying our court should adopt virtual hearing, I laugh. I laugh because the Nigerian courts, this is a court that in hands. Judges still record in long hands.
Yes.
We cannot even record our proceedings in court, whether by audio recordings or video recordings. We have not been able to do that in the past number of years. Now, what we're talking about is a total hog of virtual hearing. So are we actually ready?
Okay.
How about issues like internet interceptions?
Yeah, the disruptions.
I can just be lost. Do we have a reliable internet like in other
Connection.
countries. Yes. Because we all not practice from Lagos. We all not practice from Abuja and Port Harcourt.
Yes.
Some of us will still be in the village. So what
Yes.
happens to the man at around this
At
zone?
Worubi.
At
Yeah.
Worubi. You
Or
understand?
customary court. Yeah.
So have we looked at most of this? I think we shouldn't just jump into virtual here. It's a very wonderful idea, but one thing with Nigerians is that we are all ideological. But
Yes.
what of the practicalities of
Yeah.
our discussion?
This is great. Yeah. So let's just get to the next point. This one, I want to talk. JP, please answer this question. In just few months back, there was a call to bar, and some people posted their photo shoot. Where we saw people wearing white clothes, blue clothes, red, and whole lot, to take pictures wearing the wig and gown, or the wig in some of the pictures. And it went viral, and people, had to say a whole lot of things. Now, do you think we have reached that stage where there should be a change in our dress code as lawyers?
Well, let me say, I think it's a very good platform.
Yes.
You see, we claim that we have gained independence.
Yes.
But the idea of neo-colonialism is still there.
Yes.
Look at, I stay practice in Abeokuta. You can imagine the sun, the seriousness of the sun down here.
Wow.
Just imagine me putting on a wig and a gown in a weather of over, I don't even know how they measure these degrees. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah. So in a
Now,
hot weather.
What I'm saying in essence is, have you ever considered the rationale behind a judge sitting on a chair for more than 5 hours, adjudicating on different cases, putting on wig, putting on gown? It doesn't make sense. No doubt, all these things are regulated, that we should be putting on black, our dress code is black, we are to put on this, we are to put on that. But you see, when you don't move with the changing scenario, changing situations, when you don't consider dynamism in the affairs of things, then revolution in any form is bound to take place. What you saw there was actually a form of revolution. Because these young, permit me use the word, these youngins felt, look, I have seen this, there is no rocket science to this thing. It's something I can wear as a lawyer. What makes me a lawyer is the license to practice, not what I'm putting on. I was the acting secretary of MBA at Abeokuta. Yes. The caretaker committee. Under my watch, we were able to arrest two different lawyers, two different fake lawyers.
Yeah.
Well, what is the point? Is it the wig and gown that made them lawyers? It's absolutely not. What made them lawyer is their license to practice as a lawyer, their enrollment, at the Supreme Court of Nigeria to practice as a lawyer, and all other
and the training.
And the training. That's what matters most. So I am not here to advocate, but then because we are people of law, we should always be obedient. If we want to change rules, we should always know how to go about it.
Yes.
Just a little point on the virtual issue.
Okay.
See, I agree with Nnamdi. Immediately the point came up, I had to go and bring a court process. This is an application before a court on virtual hearing. This, a popular movie director, Obi Emeloye, he is my client. I'm doing one of his cases here. The last flight to Abuja, it was pirated. Something happened to the movie. We've been fighting this case for the past more than 5 years now. We are still in court. Now, Obi Emeloye was to come in and testify last month, October. But he couldn't because of the COVID-19. Because the pandemic is global. Even his worst up there. So now, for him to come in, it wasn't an easy thing because he doesn't want to get himself exposed. Do you know, I filed an application And in Ogun State, we have rules for virtual hearing.
Yes.
The Chief Judge of Ogun State, you know, a very active woman, quickly put in place a rule, but a senior judge rejected this application. I will use his language. He said, Mr. Man, this is your virtual application. Please, so let it be by the side. Tell your clients, look for a way, any means, let him come in. I want to hear him. Yes, he wants to hear him. But we don't always have to allow revolutions or, you know, some things to, you know, always push us to change. Sometimes we always need to be dynamic in what we're doing. You will
and evolve with time.
You need to evolve. Whereby a lawyer is drafting an agreement and still third year with social, all this fourth year with hearing after. No, and all those languages. Hearing under, hearing within, hearing inside. I mean, all those things, we need to change them. These are Elizabethan English. We have not even sat down. Those people that gave us this thing, are they still with it? They are no more with it. Why are we holding it so tight? So we need to move on. We need to change and move ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So E.T., on the issue of dressing, can you just give me your thoughts on dressing? Just in 1 minute.
Sadly or fortunately, let me say that I belong to the group of persons that still want this dress code to be retained. You understand? I feel we've not come to that level where we can put away the dress code. We have the dress code and we are still battling with fake lawyers here and there. So what happens when we put the dress code away? For now, we say, let's get the fake lawyers flushed out of the system or even reduce the amount of fake lawyers we have. Then we cannot talk about the dress code. For me, looking at the dress code is one of the things that, you know, still make me proud of the profession.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow, that's great.
Seriously, it's one of those that still make me still be proud of the profession because a lot of things have happened. So many, we've lowered our standards so much. You know, sometimes when I appear in court and I am well robed and all that, I feel like I'm on top of the world. You understand? I enjoy it. Even though sometimes the hotness of the weather and how unconducive the courtrooms are. Sometimes it would make me want to throw away the wig and the gown. But then, what I will ask for now is that they make our courtrooms conducive enough so that you can be well robed and you will not be sweating like a Christmas.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, we're almost concluding. Now, what do you think the MBA can do to help reduce fake lawyers in our profession? Fake lawyers.
It's painful that so far MBA has no plans to enable us identify lawyers. You know, actually, it's not only a specific problem of MBA. After all, Nigeria doesn't know its citizens. I don't know whether you are aware that there's no document where you can look at and say these are Nigerians. So, but what I think MBA should do, why not give us a standard database? All these things were now playing pranks. This MBA president will create a page on our website, find lawyers. This one will come and remove find lawyers and create this one. This one will create this one. No. Why not get a specific profile of all Nigerian lawyers?
So let me come in here. So you think the MBA seal is not helping in that area of data?
Even some lawyers, the seal doesn't make you a lawyer. Possession of the seal will not automatically make you a lawyer. Then not being in possession of the seal will also not make a lawyer a non-lawyer. You understand? There's an issue at the CC, I'm sorry to raise this here, where a lawyer who was unable to pay to get the seal now had to get the seal through the black market. I don't know whether to say he fought it or something. I don't want to use strong words here. So, but he got the seal through the back door. Now he used it on a document at the CC and issue the judge there raised the issue. Now, does the fact that this lawyer doesn't have the seal,
Yes.
does it not mean that he's not a lawyer? Because you know there are two major issues when it comes to that seal.
Yeah.
One is becoming a lawyer, which once you're a lawyer for life.
Nice.
Unless there is another, maybe your name is struck off the roll. Then there's this issue of being licensed to practice.
Practice.
Because if I'm a lawyer and I didn't pay my practicing fee, I am still a lawyer.
Yes.
Probably I'm not licensed to practice
For
the year.
That year.
You understand? Yes. So the seal, the essence of the seal is not actually to regulate fake lawyers. I think lawyers should know this. The seal is not to regulate fake lawyers. The seal is to regulate lawyers who are not licensed to practice for the year. I don't know if you understand. That's why the seal has expiry date. That's the only justification for the expiry date. So that if I paid for 2020, I cannot use my practice license of 2020 to practice 2021.
21.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
If not, the seal ought to be once you pay for seal, you've paid for seal.
You have paid for
but because the seal is there to regulate license to practice for the year, that's why it should expire after that year. So MBA should find a way to regulate infiltration. There are a lot of, in fact, we're even talking of those who are practicing as lawyers. What of those who in different villages are answering barristers?
Barristers.
There are a lot of all these, we call them charge and bell. There are a lot of these charge and bells. They'll go to the village and answer barristers. They will not get some matters, charge the matters and give to some of our colleagues. You understand?
It's all well. I appreciate you on this. So, JP, on the issue of fake lawyers, I want to ask you, if, for example, you are in a matter wherein your classmate, maybe at the university, is on the other side, and you are aware that this classmate, or you're not too sure that this classmate was called to the Nigerian bar. So at that point, what do you think you can do?
It's an obligation on every lawyer.
Okay.
Except you don't consider it a changing
or a duty
model, where somebody who has not passed through what you passed through, somebody who has not gotten what you've gotten, will come in and be practicing. Yeah, the affinity is there, the friendship is there. I told you when I just acted as an acting secretary of MBA in Abeokuta.
Yeah.
We arrested two fake lawyers. Now, you see, it's all about being proactive. In all honesty, a fake lawyer is a fake lawyer. Let me tell you the truth. As a lawyer who has paid his due, you will know when who is appearing on the other side is not a lawyer. You know the kind of language a non-lawyer can use.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know. So it's when I see a classmate who has not calling him, let me tell you, calling him to warn him to stop will not stop it. Because he will not tell me that he did not know the implication of what he's doing before he got into it. As far as you are not called and you are parading yourself as a lawyer who has been called, to the bar, and yet you are not, I would definitely report you to the bar. I would definitely get you, arrested by the Nigerian police. It's an obligation. It's a duty. That person at that point is an impostor, and it's a crime. And the law requires, good citizens to, be up and doing. You report anywhere you see any element of crime. So when you see somebody, trying to, look up, be something that he is not, that's a crime. You should be proactive and report. I would definitely report.
Thank you very much. So on last note, just one more question, which every one of us will say something about it. Do you think lawyers who are not paying salaries to their juniors or people working for them are doing the right thing? Or do you think salaries should be paid in every law firm? So, E.T.C, can you just start this and round up with that?
For me, it depends. It depends. There's this thing about paying salaries, law firms who pay salaries. When they pay you salary, they would want to tie you down. They wouldn't want you to do your thing and all that. So for me, I've always preferred, don't pay me, just give me what is due to me, my professional fees and all that. Allow me do my thing. Let me explore. I am not one of those who would want to be kept at a place. You pay me like say 30, 40, 50,000. And you want me to come to work by 8, and stay till 6 p.m. You understand? So for me, I just want to be free. Just give me what you do to me, and then allow me. When I have my stuff, I go run around, do my thing, and all that. And for me, that is it. So I don't.
Okay. Thank you very much. So now, what's your take on lawyers paying salary? And for those who are not paying, like just giving out appearance fee.
Okay. I for one, I'll have I have a different view.
Okay.
I think lawyers who work in a firm should be paid.
Okay.
There's been this argument that no lawyer can pay a lawyer. You understand?
Yeah.
The only reason, like the last speaker, Leonard Hechi said that we make her uncomfortable is somebody is paying you 30, 40K. That's not a salary.
Yes.
Yes.
Because she wants to be free to do her PP.
Yes. The only reason she wants to do that thing because what she's getting is not worth it. So how about we discuss paying her what she's worth? Okay. Can we imagine a situation where EH is in a law firm and the law firm pays her 350, 400K a month?
Yes.
I don't know if you understand. She may not want to run around for most of these things she's seeing. So I think we should be discussing firms paying well. How do we do that? We should ensure the quality of firms, the quality regulation of firms. Because what will I see, that's a discussion for another day. Let me stop here. Because when we go to your firms, NBA should really look at those things. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, JP, what's your take on lawyers paying salaries and issue of appearance fee?
Let me take up from where Namdi stopped, talking about a regulation of a law firm.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's very, very important. Now, why will a firm want to pay a lawyer 30,000 naira? Would that buy a suit?
Oh, sure. That's what we are talking about.
Well, some law firms are still paying 15,000.
Then let me talk about this. You see, it's not all about giving appearance fees. You see, this work is a craft. You need to learn it. No matter your brilliance, you may express your you may be intelligent, but if you don't know proceed, if you don't have the craft of this lawyering, you will mess up the whole thing. It's not all about giving them their appearances. When you have a junior, I have 2 juniors, for instance. Let me give you an instance. One is on salary, the other is not. The reason why you are not on salary is because I will tell you, my friend, what you need to understand is the moment I start paying you salary, you become a secondary slave to me. You just need to come up. And when lawyers are being paid salary, they forget to know that they need to learn the work and move ahead with their lives. This work, you are not trained to be an employee.
Okay.
Law practice, you are not trained to be an employee. No.
You're trained to be on your own.
You are trained to be a resource person yourself. Okay. I give you an instance. There are quite a number of our classmates who have advanced in different areas of life.
Areas of law, yeah.
I give you an instance. In my class now, I have Kema.
Yeah.
He's a guru when it comes to oil and gas.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who have mastered so many things in oil and gas.
Yeah.
But most times when we're having lectures, our lecturers have to stand down their lectures, ask Kema to, give us lecture on certain areas of oil and gas.
Yeah.
I'm not praising him, he is not here, but I'm just telling you what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's important for lawyers to not just train other lawyers. You equip them.
Yeah.
When you just don't close anything, you should be proud that some people are coming from you. Look at Ganifa Weyemi. If you come to Ogun State, a number of judges, a number of lawyers, most senior advocates all came from Ganifa Weyemi. That is result. He has equipped them. Rotimi Williams, he has equipped. They have gone. This work is all about survival. People have to succeed you. You have to leave a stage at a point. So if you don't equip them to be able to take, the mantle and continue where you stopped, then we're all losing it, and the profession is going down daily.
Going down.
So that's
I appreciate it. I wish you can continue the discussion, but our time is of essence. I will invite you in another session as time goes on, because I feel I should be doing this once in a month, involving our classmates, those that have gone ahead of us, those in the same level with us, those that are coming up, so that the different views will help in the development of the law. I want to say thank you. I wish you well in your endeavors. I wish you well in your family. In the end, I will say, may God bless your practice. So friends, this is where we're going to cut it short. I'm your host, Mercy. I had JP Ogubara. JP is in Obiokuta doing this practice. I have Ihechi Mrs. She's in Abuja, Nasarawa too, doing her practice. And I have my big bro, Namdi Okafor. Namdi is in Olu, in Imo State, between Olu and Owerri, doing his practice. They've all shared their views on the various issues we have discussed. So keep following this channel. Subscribe to this channel. You have not subscribed. Click the like button, share this video, and hit the notification bell. So whenever we drop a new video, you'll get notified. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. So bye-bye for now. Thank you.